Support WrestleTalk!
Thank you for your amazing support on Patreon, Liam, solid as a rock. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. Hi. I'm Luke Owen. Since the announcement of All Elite Wrestling, there have been a lot of stories about contracted WWE talent unhappy with their positions and pushes, with several names even reportedly asking for their release. We've heard names like The Revival and Mike and Maria Kanellis requesting their releases, which were reportedly denied, while it was revealed that Dean Ambrose would be leaving when his contract expires in April, and there are even rumors that the Usos could be leaving when their contracts end around the same time. It was also reported that the reasons the Revival and the Kanellis side were denied their release is because WWE did not want their talent going to competitors like All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, or New Japan Pro Wrestling, who are all currently in a contract war to sign up free agents. But that clearly isn't the case for Ty Dillinger and Hideo Itami, with WWE announcing on Friday that they had both been granted their releases from the company. Dillinger posted on Twitter last Wednesday that he had requested his release, and it was reported that Itami asked for his release following the Royal Rumble. Following the announcement, Itami posted on Twitter that he would be wrestling under the name Kenta once again and is reportedly heading back to Japan to work with Noah. But those names were almost expected given Ty's public request and Itami's desires to go back to Japan. The next release, however, came seemingly out of nowhere. On the same day they released Ty Dillinger and Hideo Itami, WWE announced they had come to terms with the release of TJP, better known as TJ Perkins. Perkins has been with WWE for a few years now, debuting as part of the Cruiserweight Classic where he made it to the final and won the tournament, becoming the new Cruiserweight champion in the process. And despite not having any form of a push for quite some time, TJP just last week posted on Twitter about not wanting to work for AEW as he was already on the team he wanted to play for, and he was hopeful that one day he would be taken off the bench. It has since been reported by Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio that TJP did not ask for his release and was instead fired for disciplinary reasons. One other name that came as a bit of a surprise for WWE's pre-spring clean is backstage agent and producer Arn Anderson. The story was first reported by Pro Wrestling Sheet and later corroborated by PW Insider, who added that with Anderson leaving and WWE bringing in a load of new producers like Abyss, Shane Helms, and Jeff Jarrett, that this has led to a lot of discussion within the company about whether some of the other old guard producers may also be on the way out. And according to Dave Meltzer, there was some heat between Anderson and Vince McMahon, which escalated when McMahon was not happy with a house show that AA was running, leading to a reported altercation between the two that led to Anderson's firing. It's being reported that Anderson was well liked backstage in WWE by a lot of the talent, who would often go to him when they were unhappy with their creative. And Anderson was always going to bat for the wrestlers and not the writers, and this also reportedly caused some issues between him and Vince McMahon. It's being reported that a lot of talent backstage in WWE think he'll be a perfect fit for All Elite Wrestling, which is now a possibility, and that Anderson was not too upset about his firing. In his report of Anderson's firing, Mike Johnson of PW Insider says that the company is seeking to bring a younger, fresher vibe to their in-ring content. Well, as if to combat that idea, PW Insider have also reported that WWE have rehired Bruce Pritchard in what they're saying is a top creative role, noting he will be one of the top point people in the creative team going forward. Johnson adds that Pritchard's position will be similar to his old one, working directly with Vince McMahon on all things creative. Pritchard first joined the then WWF in the late 1980s, and aside from a period in 1991, he was with the company until his release in 2008, and has since become a favorite among wrestling fans for his Something to Wrestle With podcast with Conrad Thompson. What this means for the podcast going forward is currently unknown, considering that Pritchard is now back with WWE and Thompson is affiliated with All Elite Wrestling. Thank you to all of our Patreon Pledge Hammer supporters that are currently scrolling their way into my stomach. And if you want to get your name on there, you can click that link over there. And what's next for those NXT call-ups? Holly Davis and I discuss in the latest edition of Wrestle Ramble. I've been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.